Resonators N here. Once again, in your video, homosexuality is a sin. You say that homosexuality is a sin, it's immoral, things like that. And you bring up the Bible and you say Leviticus, and I mean, how much of the Bible do you really want to apply? I mean, in the Bible it says, yeah, man shall not lay with man, man shall not lay with beast. But it also says in that, I think that same passage, it says you should stone kids who are disobedient. How much of the laws of the Bible are you really willing to enact? I mean, are you just willing to enact those rules that you find are in line with your hate-filled kind of shat? Your kind of misguided beliefs? I mean, obviously, I mean, there's Christians who don't believe that homosexuality is a sin. But, I mean, obviously, there's some part of you that wants it to be immoral. Because you say, oh, it's a sin, it's God. And honestly, if God says something, does not make it true. Because God was invented by man, and man is corruptible and evil. And as I said in my other video response to one of your videos, morals are subjective. The Bible was written with moral public opinion in mind, not anything. And I mean, that whole shall not lay with another man, I mean, that was just a self-preservation tactic by the people who wrote the Bible. Because if they didn't say that, people would just suck, fuck, whatever the hell they want. And we may never have existed. But, I mean, you say that because even though homosexuality exists in nature, that just because it's in nature doesn't mean it's right. But that's exactly what that means. If other species are doing it, come on, that means that it's natural. You say that just because a monkey doesn't know it's not sinful does not make it right. I mean, we evolved from a close special ancestor of them, so I mean, we come from that kind of gene pool. And I mean, being gay is not a choice. Being gay has not ever been a choice. I mean, if you're gay, you're gay. There's no choice about it. And I mean, saying it's a sin, I mean, sloth is a sin. Greed is a sin. Envy is a sin. I mean, homosexuality is not even, it's not even that big of a problem anymore. Because, I mean, our world is overpopulated. And, I mean, what kind of person is so afraid of homosexuality that he uses the Bible to enforce his own icky feelings about it? Just because you feel icky feelings about it does not mean that it should be fooled. I mean, honestly, you're picking and choosing what to believe in the Bible. That's what you're doing. You're saying this are okay, but this, and this, we can just throw those away. But I mean, isn't the Bible supposedly the law of God? Isn't it supposed to be infallible? And yet you're saying, oh, we can ignore some laws, but some laws are ironclad. Do you not know how retarded that sounds? That we can... If we're supposed to take the Bible literally, as a literal text, you cannot say this, and this are good, but this, and this are bad. You cannot say that. Because that's hypocritic. It's hypocritical of you to say, oh, the Bible's literal, we have to take everything it says literally. But then you pick and choose what laws of the Bible and the New Testament and the Old Testament you want to enforce. That does not make any freaking sense. That does not make any kind of logical sense. And it doesn't make logical sense because you're a believer. And believers function on the belief that God tells them what's right and wrong. And I mean, look at what believers do believe. Come on. It believes that there's a guy up there who has nothing better in his life than just to stare down and pass judgment on lesser beings. If I was a being of higher intelligence or higher, like if I was an ascended being and I was just chilling around in the ethereal pool, I would not care about humans. I would not. I would be doing my own kind of shit. But I think I've gone off topic, but I mean, my main point of this video is you cannot pick and choose what laws to enforce and what laws not to enforce. And thankfully this country is ruled by people with reason, not with the Bible. And my second point of this video is morals are subjective. There's no moral absolutes. And I said this in the other video, and I've said this in a number of other videos. Morals are not absolute. There is no moral absolutes anywhere in the world. You can't blur the line. The world is full of blurred lines of morals. Thankfully, we're not in a theocracy, and the kind of people you associate with do not, thankfully, have really kind of any pull anymore. But morals are subjective. You can't pick and choose which laws of the Bible. If you say the Bible is literal, you cannot pick and choose which laws to obey and disobey. Okay? Peace out. I'm Resident Zen. Have fun.